Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And you know, it's this time of year when we have all these different events that are going on. I love when we have something that's an inaugural event. Why? It's because somebody's taking the time and energy to think about doing something new. Very glad to have with us first Mr. Steve Dufresne. Steve, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, man. Glad to be here.
Appreciate it. Steve is with Resonsible Anglers United and the founder of it. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. We got also Tyler Revat with us. Tyler, thanks for being here.
No problem.
Appreciate it. One of the board members there. Also one of the board members, Blake Benoit. Blake, thanks for joining us today.
thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So, Steve, tell us a little bit about how this came to be. Look, I know you've been a fisherman for a long time. People know you in the area as a wonderful angler. Tell us how Resonsible Anglers United got started.
Well, it was kind of due to necessity, I suppose you could say. Hurricane Ida came, and along her path of destruction, she basically decimated our bass population, which was really thriving pre-Katrina.
Right.
And it was maybe a year or so after the storm, you know, like I said, like the fishing was just going. And
Right.
I remember me and Blake were speaking one day, and he mentioned something about a guy from up the bayou, a guy in Assumption Parish had started a foundation or something. I didn't really know much, but their whole purpose was to do some fundraising, and all the money they would raise, they would release fingerling bass in the area. I'm like, man, we ought to do that. But like a lot of things, you know, it sounded good, you know, had life going on and just didn't act on it.
Right.
I think it was maybe March or April last year. There was a group. It's still in the process of getting formed, but it's called Make Lake Bluff Great Again.
Okay.
Learned about it on Facebook. I'm like, well, I love the name,
Right.
you know. So they had a meeting in the Kramer area. So myself and my buddy Chris Babin went, and I mean, I remember Representative State Fontenot was there, and it was going to be a state recognized body. Like I said, it's still coming. It still hasn't come to pass yet.
Right.
But the point of the matter is, there were people there exchanging ideas and talking about how to, you know, get our habitat straight and, you know, saltwater intrusion and all these different things. I said, man, this is, you know, my kind of conversation.
Right.
So anyway, we left, and on the way home, I told Chris, I said, man, I think I'm gonna do it. And then like a week later, I couldn't shake the idea. And
Stayed
honestly,
in your brain.
Yeah, so that's how I was born. And the last 7-8 months has been a lot of planning, a lot of work, and 3 weeks from now, we're going
to have this event. And thanks to Jeremy Bro, a dear friend of both of us, who's really kind of helped out for the Gaines Community Center, being able to use that building, which is wonderful for events. And so that's going to take place. Put the flyer up if you don't mind, Jay. February the 8th, it's going to take place. Very excited that people can get involved in doing this fundraising event. And so, Tyler, tell us a little bit about what we can expect. You guys are doing some fundraising already.
We are. We actually have a raffle going on right now that I've donated. It's a fishing trip all the way to Lake St. Clair in Michigan.
Okay.
And you basically just $20 a ticket. You could buy it on givebutter.com. There's a QR code.
Right.
And basically you just buy the ticket. If you win, I'm going to pay for your ticket for you and somebody else to fly up to Detroit, Michigan.
Wow.
Get in the boat with me. You don't have to pay for lodging or anything. Just get in the boat with me for 2 days straight of straight smallmouth fishing. It's a great trip. It's one of my favorite lakes to fish in the country, and hopefully somebody around here can win it, and we could have a trip of a lifetime. So
I know that's right. I can promise you I'm buying several of those.
It's going to be a great trip.
Yeah, because I love fishing, but I really love fishing somewhere else that I've never fished before, which is kind of the opportunity that we want to give people down here, right?
Correct.
All of the money is going to go to kind of repopulate the bass population.
All of the money.
And that's all what we want to use it for. And I love the idea, especially a group of people that really get together to make sure we want to do this event. It's a family-focused event.
Correct.
And it all goes to helping anglers and teach young people how to fish too,
Yeah,
right?
perfect. Correct.
We want them to catch bass down here for years to come.
Right.
And that's what we want to do. Blake, let's talk a little bit about how people can get tickets.
We pre-selling general admission tickets.
Okay?
If y'all want to go on our Facebook page, check it out.
Okay.
Responsible Anglers United and givebutter.com.
Right.
And you could get your pre-sale tickets.
Okay. Now we're going to do a QR code as well,
Yes,
right?
we
We're
have-
going to let people know there's going to be a QR code for both.
Yes.
A QR code for being able to donate the $20 that we want to go fishing with Tyler.
The raffle,
It's
right.
fishing in Detroit with Tyler. And being able to do that, be excited, and being able to go and that QR code knows that Blake's going to get that information about people coming to the event. Can we talk a little bit about the event, Steve, and what people can expect on that day?
Yeah. What's going to happen is, of course, they can pre-purchase tickets now if they want. But
Right.
for people, regardless, you get tickets at the door. If you're under 21, it'll be $25
Okay.
an individual. 21 and over, it'll be $50 an individual. But for the $50, it'll include all your beer, all your liquor, soft drinks, whatever.
Wow.
All the food, as it says on the flyer, there's going to be, gumbo, sauce picants, jambalaya, pastelaya, fried fish, white beans.
Goodness.
We're turning like a 250-pound hog.
Oh, my.
So, considering what it costs for, say, like a married couple to go and have a night out and have some drinks.
Yeah, $75 to $100 at a minimum.
Yeah, I think
So
it's a
this is a
pretty
great
fair
price.
exchange value,
Right.
supporting a good cause. And like Blake said, there's going to be, different raffles and
Right.
auction items, just like any fundraiser. And,
Right.
and once again, every dollar that we walk away with is going to go. In fact, I hired a biologist this past Thursday. His name's Stephen Barton. And I failed to mention a second ago the gentleman from that started the fundraising in Assumption Parish is Cliff Crochet.
Right.
And anyway, so that was Cliff's idea, and Cliff actually
Get that
got me to
biologist
get
involved.
the biologist.
Gotcha.
So he'll
Very
be guiding
good.
us. Yeah.
So it's at the Gaines Community Center. We want everybody to go out, look for those QR codes. You can do that here during this segment. And we want lots of people to come out and get involved. It's going to be a great event. We hope y'all raise a bunch of money,
Yes, sir.
get a lot more bass so we can all go fishing.
Thank you, sir.
Gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us today. I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment and this Bayou Time. But don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.